So in our last example, we were talking about if I have a z-score and I want to find the percentage above, such as having a z-score of 1.00, and wanting to find what percent of people are above this. Now last time what we did is we took 1 minus the lower end table we found from the actual table. It turns out there's a second way of doing this as well. That is, if I want to go ahead and find an upper end tail, all I really have to do is remember that the normal distribution is symmetric. That is, if I want to find the percentage above 1, then what I could actually do is I could come over here to this side. And if I look at z equals negative 1.00, these two end tails are actually exactly the same. And once again, that's because the normal distribution is symmetric. So above 1, below negative 1, same end. Which means, for option 2 here, we can look at the negative RZ score. So for instance, if I want to find the percentage of people above 1, what I can do is I can look at my table and I can use negative 1 instead. So coming over here, if I look at negative 1, trace it across, and 0.00 down because it's 1.00, then the value I find there is actually 0.1587. Notice this is exactly the same thing we found using the other method. So to review, we have two options for finding an upper end, that is the percent above. These two options are option 1, use the z-score we have, find the value on the table, and take 1 minus the value. And essentially what we're doing using this method is we're saying, okay, so here's our z-score. We use the table. The table will give us this number right here. And then we take 1 minus that value in order to get the one we actually want. That's option 1. Option 2, what we talked about here, is we reverse the sign of our z-score. We'll use the negative of it. Or if it's negative, we'll use the positive of it. We use a negative z-score, and what this does is this says, okay, if we've got our bell curve and we want to find out the percentage up here, well, it turns out it's exactly equal to the percentage down here because it's symmetric. So using the negative z-score will give me exactly what I need. I don't need to worry about taking 1 minus.